Ask me, Greg, why are you leaving the UK? I kind of summarise it into two main steps. The cost of living increased sharply across the UK during 2021 and 2022. I remember that very well. The annual rate of inflation reached 11.1%. Also, crime and antisocial behaviour has just got worse and worse, and the traffic is just getting worse and worse and worse, and there seems to be no solution. They don't build a park and ride, they don't build a mass rapid transit system or anything like that. So, it was around 5 years ago that I shot my most popular long video to date, returning to the UK as an expat, the horrific truth. In this video, it's the complete opposite. We are leaving the UK to move abroad. Continue watching to find out how our experience of living in the UK has been, not that good, and where we are moving to, which exotic location we are moving to. Ask me, Greg, why are you leaving the UK? I kind of summarise it into two main steps. First of all, the cost of living that has increased hugely over the recent years, and also the quality of life. That's basically how I summarise it. So I'm going to go into those in a little bit more detail in the video. Firstly, let's have a look at the cost of living. I also just want to add that this is not a UK bashing video. Every country you live in has good and bad points. But in this video, obviously we are leaving, so we're going to be focusing on the negatives. So the cost of living. I just did a little bit of research. The cost of living increased sharply across the UK during 2021 and 2022. I remember that very well. The annual rate of inflation reached 11.1%. Also, from January 2021 to May 2024, UK consumer prices increased by 22.8%. So that's a huge amount, and it really affected us. Everything from food, petrol, insurance prices, you name it, it went up. Did wages go up the same percentage? No, they didn't go up at all, or they went up very, very gradually. So that really impacts on your quality of life, and how much disposable income you have to spend. So that has been one of the big influences on us and on us leaving, and we can't see that changing anytime in the near future. The cost of living just seems to be going up and up. I mean, admittedly it has slowed down the rate of increase, but it's still increasing, going up and up, with wages relatively remaining the same, or kind of pitiful increases. On that same note, cost of living, we just received news that our mortgage is going up by 50%. Yeah, that's it, 50%. I mean, we are lucky that our mortgage isn't huge, but a jump of 50% is a pretty significant rise. So that's just one example of prices going up. And do we get any better quality of service, better goods? No, it's absolutely the same, or we get worse service, worse consumer goods. There's also a thing called shrinkflation, whereby supermarkets sell items for the same price, but you get less quantity of that item. So that has been a massive factor as to why we've decided to leave the UK. Also, crime and antisocial behaviour has just got worse and worse. My wife works in retail, and she's had to deal with shoplifters on a kind of a weekly basis. She's a petite Asian lady. It's not a very pleasant experience. We've seen crime and antisocial behaviour most on a daily basis, and do we want our son growing up around that? No, not really. So that's been another influence as well. The police are completely overstretched. They do what they can. I'm not going to bash the police, but small crimes like theft, shoplifting, things like that, they don't seem to be addressed. Even if the criminal does get arrested for it, all they do is get a slap on the hand. They get a pitiful kind of punishment. So it doesn't really instill confidence in you in the legal system as well. But that's a completely different matter. So that has been another massive factor, this dispute with RMG. In fact, I'll show you a little video of the bins, the situation with the bins. They removed the doors to our bin shed about 2-3 years ago. they never fixed any kind of secure door with a pin code for residents to dispose of their rubbish there. Now it's just a neighbourhood fly tipping area, and it's absolutely disgusting. Flies buzzing everywhere, rotten food, nappies, you name it, it's been dumped there. But I'll show you a clip, you know, because yeah, you can just see it for yourself. Sadly, you can't smell it because it's absolutely disgusting. Yeah, and then lastly, I think I'm going to talk about the weather. Today is not a good example for bad weather. It's not always bad, but you know, generally the weather is pretty crap in the UK. For example, last year there were gale force winds, it was raining, it was cold. It felt like autumn had arrived, and as the days get shorter, the weather gets colder and wetter. It's just not very pleasant. So that is another reason, you know, why we've decided to leave the UK, but not the main reason. Yeah, so you know, in summary, the huge rise in the cost of living, which affects our disposable income, the money that we get to spend on, you know, leisure activities, things that we want to do for ourselves, has been squeezed and squeezed and squeezed to the point where it's just not working. We work so hard and we have so little to show for it. Coupled with the quality of life, you know, the crime, the antisocial behaviour, the traffic, I didn't mention that. I live in Southampton and the traffic is just getting worse and worse and worse. And there seems to be no solution. You know, they don't build a park and ride, they don't build a mass rapid transit system or anything like that. Coupled with the crap weather, not today though, and yeah, you know, we've got the perfect storm. So they would be like the main reasons why we've decided to leave the UK. And where are we headed? We are headed back to my second home, Thailand. Yeah, we're going to be living in Bangkok, Thailand. So, you know, stay tuned for lots of amazing Thailand based videos. Yeah, and please make sure you do subscribe to my channel. I've noticed how many of you watch my videos and do not subscribe, and comment below. Yeah, have you lived in the UK? Do you live in the UK, or would you like to live in the UK? And what has been your experience? And please smash that like button, that would be much appreciated. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you in the next one, probably from Bangkok. Bye for now.